Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. Now, I am very grateful for everyone who commented and liked or even subscribed on my previous video. So thank you very much, everyone. Now, as you may remember from our previous video, we learned about print, which is a function within the code. And so today we're going to be learning about input. So input is a function within the code that allows you to make a variable. For example, my variable is called word. Now you can call your variable anything you want. Like, it can be anything, but a variable cannot contain spaces. So if I say like as you can see, equals input. Now, this is my variable, but it doesn't know that it's my variable because of these spaces. So, when you're making a variable, it mustn't have any spaces, and it must not be called another function within the code. For example, if I call my variable print equals input, it'll glitch out because it thinks this is a program within the code. You can't make that a variable. And so that's why we use something simpler, like Word or 1BytePython in my case. So, if you want to input yourself, like here, you shouldn't write anything within these, because if you do, your input will equal whatever you wrote inside. And now, when you ask your program to print this variable that is called 1BytePython, now without the brackets, because that is a variable. A variable is not a random word. That's why we don't put brackets, as we did in our previous video. So now, when we write the input can be anything. So, for example, it can be this. And when you run, so your input is subscribe. 1BytePython is subscribe. So the program prints 1BytePython. And inside of 1BytePython, as you know, we have subscribe. So input has two different variations. So you have just input, and you have int input. Now, if you're going to be writing int input, you need to put the input within the int inputs brackets, like this. And so when you write subscribe once again, and you run it, int input is only for numbers. So as you see, when I write, let's say 75, and it goes, it works perfectly fine. And if you try writing anything within an int input that is not a number, it won't work. So an input can be anything. But if it's an int input, it can only be a number. And if it's an input, it can be both a number and a word. So like if I have just the input and I have 75 and I run it, it'll be the same. But if you have int input and you put something that is not a number, it won't work. So I hope you learned something new in this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.